I don't have a lot here. I've been using Webull to find new potential stocks and organize my stocks, because they got this cool system where I'm looking up the top 500 yielding stocks and I'm organizing them accordingly. So like UAN, go over here to companies. Their dividend, I think, is like 22%. I'd have to actually look it up on my other tracker. More like 11, almost 12%. But it's still pretty good, right? So then, what I'll do is I'll go to Cash App. I just cashed out all my money that I had in there. But I'm also cashing out some more stocks over the weekend. If they, if the stock goes up. I never cash out anything if the stock is down, unless it's going bankrupt. Then I just take a loss and, take whatever I can get. Like I should have done with Bed Bath & Beyond, but I went down with the ship with that one. Anyways, lesson learned. UAN. So, I can't do UAN at Cash App. While I'm here, let's see about this one. So while I'm looking things up, I'm also looking in here. They don't pay a dividend. So I'm going to cash them out. And what I'll do, this one might make me cash out everything right now, just because I only got $1 in there and it's... Oh, no, it's down. I was thinking it was up 8 cents. So it's down 8 cents. So I'll go ahead and buy another $1. Let me pause this. I know Cash App blacks this out, but you might still be able to see my password by me punching on the screen. Some crazy person might be able to figure it out. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy $1. Oh shit, I didn't have $1 in there. Oh, it comes out of my bank account. Yeah, be careful not to do that. If you don't have the money in your bank account, then yeah, now you're overdrawn. Luckily, I got a couple bucks still in there. I just moved over money to Robinhood, so I don't have as much in there as I would like. So, but I got a few bucks in there, so $1's not going to hurt me. But anyways, I shouldn't have done that yet because I don't have any money in my brokerage. Let's go back over here to UA. Let's check these guys out. They're in a negative too. I'm not going to do anything with this one yet because, like I said, I shouldn't have spent that $1. But that's what I would normally do if it's in a negative. If it was in a positive, then I can't do the sell option because it won't let me show you. Let's go over here. I'm not going to sell ARR, but if I were, I would sit here. I would change order type And then basically I'd bring this up to the highest point that it has been for the last year. And just above. And I would sell at that point. And then I'd sell all. But ARR pays more than 5%. In fact, they're paying like 20%. This says 17. This says 13. So the stock is up. And so they're not paying as much yield because the stock is up. So that's good though, because when the stock is down, it pays a better yield. So you get more dividend for your buck. When the stock is up, it pays less yield, but then you got better cash value. Is that right? Cash value. Yeah, your stock has cash value, where before it didn't because the stock was down. So it's kind of, dividends is kind of a win-win if you do it right. So I buy more when the stock is down. I buy less when the stock is up. Every time I get a dividend, I'll go and look at the yield. If it's 13%, I'll buy $13 worth. If it's 20%, I'll buy $20 worth. And that's basically how I invest. And so the higher the yield, the more I invest. Now, right now, I'm not rich. I only got, I only make about $500 to $1,000 a week. So we'll say $750. Hopefully soon that's going to change. I just changed jobs. So, I won't have random weird paychecks anymore. I'm not doing my side hustle as much anymore. I'm not relying on my side hustle to pay my bills anymore. My side hustle is just a side hustle. So I'll just be doing that on the weekends if I get a job, I'm only going to be lining them up on the weekends. So some weeks I'll be working 7 days a week. Some weeks I'll only be working 5 days a week. But I'll be taking that extra money and putting it into my dividend stock so that in the future I don't got to work. I can only work my side hustle. And if they don't want to pay my price, I'll be like, no big deal, because I don't need the money, Once my dividend stocks replace my income, then I'm going to start investing in Airbnb properties. At that point, I'll start backing off of working for somebody else and start working more for myself. I've got my goat farm where I'm raising goats. So I'll be buying more land to raise more goats. And I'll also be buying properties for Airbnb. Because where I live is a great place for Airbnb. I'm right by the lake and by the river, where people like to canoe, kayak, boat, fish, do all that stuff. Hang out, party. Anyways, I like to basically do all the same things, just not as much as other people. So, okay, so UAN. Now I'll go to Robinhood. Oh, let's go over here real quick. I think I already looked it up. But let's look it up again. 11, almost 12%. So let's go to Robinhood. Now that's when I gotta black out or pause. Hang on. Alright. I just bought $14 worth of BDN because it pays almost 14% or about 14%. I bought PSEC because it pays about 13%. I bought NAT $12 worth because it pays about 12%. I bought CMBT $35 worth because it pays about 35%. So that's kind of how I do this. I got $32 left of buying power. What are we looking at here? UAN. So UAN. UAN. I already have it. So UAN pays about 12% yield. Oh, okay. I got a dividend in March. March, April, May, June. I should have got a dividend last month, but I didn't. So maybe they're going to pay out November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, or July. Should be paid out in July. May. Oh, wait, May, March, April, May. They paid a dividend in May and March. That's weird. March, April, May. Who knows when the next dividend's going to be? Okay, I bought more in May, so that's good. So I'll wait till the next dividend to buy more. I was thinking maybe I should buy some more today, but no, I bought some in May. So I'll wait until it pays another dividend, then I'll buy some more. So I wait until I get my dividend payout, but I don't just automatically reinvest my dividend. I'll invest the dollar amount that matches the percentage. So if I get $1 back in dividends, I'll take that dollar, add it to, what I already have, and then basically just reinvest $12. So say it only pays 1%, but I'm making $2 on the dividends, because later I will be. I'm not going to reinvest the whole $2. I'm only going to reinvest $1 because it only pays 1%. Once I can afford to throw a zero on that, then I'll start doing that. First, what I'll start doing is round it up. So, when I start having more money, where my bank account is like full, I've got plenty of money to invest, and I'm wanting to invest more because I have more to invest, then I'll start rounding up. So if this was like 12%, 11.82, which I would normally round up to 12, now I would probably round it up to 15 or 20 because I got more money. Not right now, but maybe in another year or two or 3. So if it pays 1%, I might round it up to $5 instead of throwing a zero on it. Now, when I got a lot of money, then instead of throwing in $12, I would throw in $120 because I've got money to invest. So that's how that's how I'll be doing this in the future. Just trying to double and triple my money as quickly as I possibly can. But it takes money to make money. And basically, you got to have approximately $1 million in stocks, dividend stocks, in order to retire. Because on average, you're only going to make... Hang on real quick. So I'm going to organize this. I'm going to keep it over here for now because I'm going to go to the next level. But pays more than 10%, and I can buy it in Robinhood, so I don't need to buy it in Webull. But then what I'll do is I'll click up here at partners or competitors, and I'll look at all their competitors, and then I'll go through and organize all of these. In fact, this one here I own. I got that stock, I think, in Cash App, but I think the dividend is low. So then I'll go over here and I'll look at all of these. Oh yeah, it's like the lowest dividend. I don't even see it on here. Oh, there it is, number 5. But anyway, so I'll look over here and I'll start going through the list. I'll start at the top, work my way down to the bottom, and I'll organize all of these. Whether or not I can buy it in Cash App, whether or not I can buy it in Robinhood. And if I can't buy it in Cash App or Robinhood, then I'll mark it to buy in Webull. So then, like Webull, I got $100 in Webull right now where I can buy stuff. So I'm going to do that before the day's up. But here's all the Webull stuff that I can buy that I cannot buy through Cash App or Robinhood. Now these ones that says delisted, I can't buy those anymore, so I gotta find someplace else to buy them if they're worth buying. They may be bankrupt or going bankrupt. So if it's got a percentage next to it, then I own stock in that, I think. No, maybe not. So I know I have BITO. BPT, I don't think I have BPT. I'd have to go over here and look and see what I got. BPT, I do have BPT. So go back over here to wish list. NRT, I think I have that. CRT, I think I have that. MVT, I think I have that. ORC, I have that. PCM, I'm not sure if I have that or not. Let's move this over here. I do not. So, the next stock that I will buy is probably PCM. So, PCM, let's go over here to see what they pay. So, they're paying about 13% yield. Webull, I don't know how to tell over here sometimes. This one doesn't let you click on company because I don't think it is a company. It's a it's like a fund. It's like an ETF, but it's not an ETF. It's a, I don't know what it is. So I'm not a connoisseur in all this stuff. I'm still learning. So over here, I can't really see what the yield is. But I can't buy it through Cash App or Robinhood. I can only buy it through Webull. So, my tracker says that it pays about 13%. So let's go. Well, now here, I can't buy it by the dollar amount. I have to buy it by the share. So I can only buy one share at a time. So, $15 worth, 2 shares is $15 worth. That's as close as I can get to 13%. So we're going to go ahead and buy 2 shares right now at $15. Boom, done. Now, oops. Let's see here. Let me create a new watch list called Owned. If I spelled that right. That way I know I got the stock. Because it's hard, I haven't figured out how to do this app quite yet. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So now I should have... Oh, I gotta refresh. Why is it not showing up in here? PCM, it shows up here. I wish it would show here how much I have. I don't have, I mean, it might, but I can't figure out how to find out what I have, what I own. Over here. I have to go here to see what I own. Oh, here it is, PCM. Oh, I already had PCM. Dang darn diddly. Oh well, now I have 2 more shares. That's okay. PCM. That's why I didn't show up at the top. So I just bought 2 more shares. I just bought a share. On the 3rd. That's okay. It pays a good dividend. I'm going to keep it. So, yeah, see, it's hard to tell what you own and what you don't own and what you're doing with Webull, but I'm still learning it. As I get better at it, I'll get better at it. So I bought 2 more shares at $7.58, which is better than I bought the last 2. So at least I did better there. So let's see, 758. Let's go over here. I guess I should have came here because I would have known that I had 2 shares already. That's okay. 2 at 7.58. Done. So now I got my dividend portfolio up to $41 a month residual income. Now, I haven't got this totally updated because according to this, I only have $5,000, $5,100 in my portfolio. But in Webull, I have about 500. In Cash App, I have about $4,000. And in Robinhood, let me pause this. In Robinhood, I have almost $4,000. So we'll just say I have 8,000, just over 8,000 invested, where this says I only have over 5,000 invested. So I've still got another $3,000 that I haven't got in this database that I need to put into that database. That's my girlfriend. I'm gonna call her back. So anyways, yeah. So I'm doing good. I'm up to $41 a month now. I just got to figure out how to put some zeros on that. Actually, I already know how to put zeros on that. I just don't have the money to put zeros on that yet. So I'm just, I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out everything in Robinhood that doesn't pay more than 5% dividend yield. Cash App savings account is 4.5%. So, you might be better off to have your money in savings if the dividend isn't more than 4.5%. That being said, buying stocks, it's risky. It could go up or it could go down. It could go bankrupt or it could make you $1 million. The nice thing with stocks is, yeah, it may only pay 1% or 2% or 3%. But if the stock splits, now you got 100% return on your investment. And so if you have 10 shares, now you have 20 shares and you're making that 3% on 20 shares instead of 10. So that's pretty good. Now you're making 6% technically on your original investment instead of 3%. So, but it's the luck of the draw. You know, you got to be at the right place at the right time. So it's kind of 50-50. That's why I'm just like, well, right now I'm starting out high and working my way down low. I'm buying carbon credit stocks. So if they're low, well, I'll buy them because it's carbon credits. But right now I'm buying everything. I'm starting high at the highest paying yields possible and working my way down. So if it pays 20%, 30%, 40%, I'm buying those right now. It's high risk, I know. But when it pays me my yield, that's less money that I got to put back in. And so I'm just buying anything that pays like 10% or more, 5% or more. yield, focusing on starting at the top and working my way down. And in that way, because like right now, my average after tax, because I've got tax calculated in, if I take the tax off, I'm making $55 a month before taxes. So I'm almost to my $2 a day goal before taxes, but I'm looking at after tax income. So, and the tax may not be 25%, maybe less, but that's what I'm going by. 25%. So, I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. I was on the caboose anyway. What was I saying? So basically, I'm starting out with the highest yields possible and working my way down. So if I got extra money to spend, then I'll start going and looking for more stocks. And I won't reinvest until I get a dividend. So yeah, it may pay a 20% yield, but it may only pay annually. So I will only invest in that once a year, $20 a year. If it pays monthly, I'll be investing $20 a month. And the more I invest, the more I get back. But I'll only be investing $20 a month. So once I get my investment over $20, or my dividend yield, once my dividend is over $20 every month, then I'll take that excess. Say it's $21, $22. I'll take that extra dollar or two and use that to invest in something else. So that's why I don't do the automatic reinvesting of my dividends, because I want to take that dividend, if it exceeds what the percentage is, say the percentage is 13%, but I'm making $20, I want to take that difference. I'm going to put that $13 back in, but I'm going to take that extra $7 and use it to invest in something else that may only pay 7%. So now I've got free money that I made off of my dividends that I can turn around and invest into another stock. And that's why I'm starting high and working my way down, because I'm going to let the high yield dividends help me pay for the low yield dividends so I can increase my portfolio. And then I got 2 paychecks going into this investment instead of just one. So, yeah. And then, now that I started this new job, I've got another plan. I talked about it in a previous video. I'm going to start a dividend portfolio with Edward Jones. I'm going to put 10% of my paycheck into that dividend portfolio every week, as well as my IRA. Then, once it starts paying me my dividends, which will be monthly, because it does pay monthly, that's more money that's going into my Edward Jones checking account that I can reinvest or spend, whatever. So every month, my account will be bigger. When I get paid, I'll have extra money in there from the dividends. So that dividend will increase that spending power for that week. I'll take 10%, invest it into Edward Jones or my IRA, and 10% back into the dividend every week. So then, eventually, when the dividend is paying from that dividend stock through Edward Jones, when it's paying more than what I'm allowed to put into my IRA each week, or each month, I should say, because the dividend pays out monthly, then I will strictly use that dividend to pay for my IRA. Then I can kick back and let my dividend stocks pay for my IRA. And it's a Roth IRA. So I may have to pay 25% on that dividend before, because they take the tax out before. So the dividend is pre-taxed. It goes into my bank account. Then it'll go into my IRA, which is a Roth IRA, so I won't have to pay taxes on that. And then I can still grow my money tax-free. So that's my next plan. That's my next level. So I'm working on growing this on my own. I'm managing this portfolio that you're looking at right now. And then I'm going to let Edward Jones manage that other dividend portfolio, get it built up to the max that I'm allowed to put in, or the dividend return, but get it built up to the max that I'm allowed to put into my IRA, and let that dividend portfolio fund my IRA. Then I'll have 2 retirement plans at Edward Jones. And one will be funding the other. And then when I retire, well, it won't be funding the IRA anymore. I'll just be collecting the money. So that's my plan, Stan. So I'm going to do that. And then, like I said, once this portfolio, or these 3 portfolios, and Schwab too, if I can ever figure out how to use their stupid app. I have nothing in Schwab right now, I don't think. Yeah, because I can't figure out how it works. If you know of a better platform, I guess you can call it, to use, a better brokerage to use, let me know. Because if I can't use it in Cash App or Robinhood or Webull, I might be looking at another portfolio or another brokerage to buy it through. Or they're not going to feed me an arm and a leg like Edward Jones does. So, but yeah, so once I get my own portfolio that I'm managing built up. Oh yeah, let's go and see what my percentage is real quick. So I'm averaging about 14% yield on all my investments right now. And my IRA is yielding about 13%. So the dividend portfolio that I'm going to start with Edward Jones is going to start out at like 5%. But once I get it built up to like $2,000, then I can move it over to a better one. And then it'll be yielding over 10%. But anyways, I forget the details on that, but that's about what he said. Because the first one will be a money market account. It won't be a full dividend portfolio, whatchamacallit thingy. Because they require you to put in like at least $2,000 in order to start that other one. So I'm going to start out with the money market one, which pays about 5%. And then, because, dividends, yields, they fluctuate. And then they'll move me, once I have $2,000 saved up, I'll move it over to the other one, which pays a better yield. And it's basically like an ETF, except Edward Jones manages them instead of somebody else. But yeah, once I get all these to where I don't got to work anymore, then I'm going to start investing in real estate, buying more land for farm land, and I'm going to buy properties for Airbnb, because I live in kind of like a resort area. It's not richy resort area yet, but it's got that potential. It's got that potential. So it's pre-discovered right now. People are starting to figure it out. I moved there 12 years ago, and I saw the vision 12 years ago, but I just didn't have the money to do anything. If I had money, I could be making money on my money right now, but I just didn't have the money. I tried to do a campground with a sustainable community, and have the sustainable community manage the campground, and then basically the campground would pay the sustainable community to manage the campground. But nobody wanted to work. Everybody was lazy. So that never got off the ground. So now I'm going in a different direction. You know, the place has potential. Of course, my campground was going to be off-grid cabins, and, you know, a whole sustainable community type background or environment. But, and then people could come and stay in the off-grid cabins to kind of get the look and feel of what it would be like to have an off-grid house. And then if they wanted to actually do an off-grid house, then they would know which one they wanted to do, because they could stay in each different type of off-grid cabin to kind of get the feel. Do I want to live in this kind of cabin or house? Do I want to live in this kind of a house? And so each little micro house basically would give, off-grid house would give them the look and feel of what it would be like to have one full time. And it would give people an idea of, do they really want to do this? And if they do, which direction do they want to go? So that was my plan. And I might still do that. Who knows? We'll see. But, yeah, the sustainable community was supposed to run it, but nobody wanted to do anything. So, now I'm just going to hire a property manager to run it for me. But I'm going to invest in dividend stocks. I wish I knew about this stuff before. I would have just started here in the first place. But I'm going to invest in all this stuff first, and then use this money or my own paycheck, because I'm going to keep working, to invest in that other project. Because I'll have more money. I can keep growing this portfolio while I'm still working and using my money to invest in the other stuff, while I'm using my dividends to reinvest in my portfolios, so I can make more money to reinvest in real estate, in my life, and whatever I want to do. So it's like, that's the plan. That's the plan. So we'll see how well I do. And hopefully I can help you do the same. Oh, yeah, let me go back and fix this. After tax, there we go. I'm at $41 a month. So I'm at 69% of my goal for $2 a day income. Once I get there, I'll probably bump it up to $5 a day. So, yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, $150. So that'll be my next level, $5 a day. That'll be my next goal once I get to 100% on this one. All right, party on.